Hi, my name is Lotus Butkus, and in this episode of What to Hodl, I want to do a review of Qtum, or as they would like you to call them, Quantum. So what is Quantum or Qtum? Well, let's see, cryptocurrency that has the most similarities to Ethereum. And let's firstly look at the charts and overall the numbers. So it has been launched for not that long. It launched in, what was that, May 2017. So there hasn't been a lot of history. Most of these charts were when the main net was not even launched yet. So firstly they had an ERC20 token, that's an Ethereum token, and then they switched to their own blockchain. So right now this is the price. The price is $11 and basically 50 cents for one Quantum, Qtum, whatever you want to call it. The market cap is quite big. It's nearing $1 billion. Right now it's 800, around 50. There's not too much volume being traded right now because it has a staking mechanism which basically helps to sustain the price, and there's not too much volatility. Their staking is not very convenient. You need to hold your Qtum in a wallet and you need to have it running on your computer for as long as you want to be staking. When you shut down your computer, you're not staking anymore. So that's not too convenient. With Neo, you just hold your tokens in your wallet and you can forget about them, and you're staking even if you're not having your wallet on. So that's a little bit of an inconvenience on Qtum with their staking mechanism, but overall it's good that they're using staking instead of mining. And yeah, the total supply of Qtum, it started out with 100 million tokens, and there is an inflation of 1% per year. Currently the circulating supply is 73 million because their governance has 20% of the tokens, so which are not being sold and transferred and blah blah blah. So currently Qtum is on a lot of exchanges. The main one, BitHub, Binance, Coin1. Not really sure about this one, but overall it is on a bunch of exchanges. So it has a lot of support in the markets. So yeah, and lastly, it is number 12, so it is one of the biggest cryptocurrencies. So let's dive in more. The first things that I like to go is through their about page, where they would just list their main ideas. So the specifications: block time is 120 seconds, so a block is mined every 2 minutes, sometimes a little bit slower, sometimes a little bit faster. To compare it, the block time on Bitcoin is 10 minutes, so it's faster. The block size is 2 megabytes. For comparison, Bitcoin has a 1 megabyte, and the SegWit2x wanted to increase it to 2 megabytes. The total coins, 100 million, we already talked about that, and 1% inflation from the proof of staking. So when staking, you're getting the fees and you're getting the inflation as well. Angel backers, not sure if there's any familiar names. The Jax wallet, a very popular one, though I'm not. The names are not familiar to me, but the companies might be. Though they are Qtum is situated in Singapore, so they are more targeted to the Asian market. Next, additional features. They have oracles and data feeds. Basically, they are compatible with Ethereum and Bitcoin. They are using their open source code to improve their own blockchain. What are data feeds and master contracts? They are very similar to smart contracts, but in Ethereum, the smart contract can be activated from data that is on the blockchain. With a master contract, you can activate the contract from data that is gotten from off-chain. That means from the real world, and that brings in a lot of applications with Internet of Things. The example that they gave in the white paper was a very simple one. There's a thermometer, and if it reaches a specific temperature, it activates the air conditioning. So that would be Internet of Things and a transaction and a master contract that gets data from off-chain. And Ethereum is kind of limited that all the data, all the transactions need to be on the blockchain, and only then it can activate them. So Qtum brings in a lot of more new use cases because it can be gathering more data from off-chain, and different kinds of contracts can be created. For example, escrow or something similar to PayPal to, for example, if you send like well, if you're selling something on, let's say you're selling a cell phone, you send it, you sell it, and the person who's gotten it, maybe it was broken. So he might not decide to not release the funds until everything is sold. So it allows for these escrow payments, for these escrow solutions to be created on Qtum. What else do they have here is that port smart contract written for Ethereum. So basically, the smart contracts that are written on Ethereum can basically without any problems transferred and run on Qtum if you would like to. And next, they are also planning, I'm not too sure, I think they don't have their mobile wallets yet, but they are targeting that very much to create their mobile wallets and targeting Internet of Things. They will be releasing light wallets with basically the same functionalities that their main wallets have. And they also are using the Ethereum's virtual machines, and they're planning to use additional virtual machines in the future for smart contract usage. So yeah, this is a similar platform to Ethereum with more functionality, with some problems solved. Next, I want to talk about their governance, which is, I think we can see it here. It's an interesting module. They basically want to avoid the problems that Bitcoin has, where it's so decentralized and there's different parties involved, and there's no they cannot get an agreement on basically anything, and it's very hard to upgrade the Bitcoin. They want to basically avoid that, and they have created a different governance model. Right now it's all situated from the people in the foundation of Qtum, but I think after a year they will elect 50 people from the community, or the ones that have a huge stake of Qtum, and that they will be able to participate in voting for different agreements. So I see good things in this and bad things, that it's kind of centralized, kind of decentralized, but it allows for quicker development, for easier improvements for the blockchain. So yeah, it's so in my opinion. It can have bad things and good things can come from this type of governance. Also, it is situated in Singapore, as I already mentioned, which brings in stuff like regulation. Singapore is very careful about ICOs. If an ICO is a security, they are not legal in Singapore, so there's a lot of regulations, and Qtum wants to be basically in line with all of these regulations, and this will basically help different kinds of businesses to easier adopt the blockchain technology because they are already business ready. They will have modules that will help businesses adopt blockchain easier, and basically, yeah, they will be marketing their solutions to different kind of businesses and help them implement it. So these are the pros of Qtum. They have a pretty good team from big companies that have worked at big companies. There are a little bit of shady guys in there, though the project seems to be working all right, and overall it's growing. If we look at the charts, it started out at $4 and has been there for a long time, and now it has basically tripled, and it will continue to grow as more businesses start to adopt it. And that is basically it about Qtum. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's a pretty decent project. As it grows, yeah, I think it has potential. So this is it for this video. This was not a very in-depth review, but you can get a pretty good understanding about Qtum from this video. I hope so. So if you liked it, make sure to subscribe for more videos. If you have any questions that maybe I forgot to mention something, well, leave these comments below and I will try to answer them. And this is it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.